Sprint is garbage. Sprint is garbage. Absolute garbage. Pathetic. Let me tell you something. All they care about is the bottom line. Making the almighty buck. Making the money. Making the moolah, the cash, the money. They, in turn, are going to turn around and fire customers. How the hell do you fire a customer? The customer should be able to fire you. I'm a consumer. They are consumers. Sprint has taken hard-working Americans. Yes, I said Americans. Hard-working Americans that earn just enough money to pay their bills, to pay for food, to pay to support their families. And by the way, jobs are becoming very scarce. So then these people spend their hard-earned money to get cell phones, to get service. We are paying your salary. In a sense, we are paying your salary. Now, I repeated that to put an exclamation point on the point that I'm making. If it wasn't for customers, there would be no Sprint. You ever hear that saying, the customer's always right? I mean, come on, for God's sake. That's just like Walmart saying they won't take stuff back. For goodness sakes, Walmart's coming along, all the Walmarts are coming along and taking over these little towns, taking over their companies and stuff, and placing people out of jobs. They're putting people out of work, and then they hire whoever they already had working at Walmart, and then they put a freeze on their hiring. If you're going to take over jobs, if you're going to take over companies and put people out of work, for God's sakes, at least give these people jobs in their respective departments. I mean, that's the same thing that Sprint is doing. Sprint's a major corporation. Sprint's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. And as of most corporations, they are heartless. They don't care about the consumers. They don't care about the customers. They don't care about the people. People are human beings that they don't give a shit about. As long as they can line their wallets and their checkbooks, they don't give a shit about anybody else. And, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's what these heartless corporations do. And I'll say this, the less people that get cell phone services from Sprint, if people would just stop getting their services. Like, if you got a problem with Sprint, cut them off. Cut them off. Don't let them fire you. That's ridiculous. I don't understand this whole concept of companies firing their customers. It doesn't make sense. That's like a great big fat guy going into Burger King and telling them that he's not welcome there because he's fat. I mean, isn't a great big fat guy gonna buy more Whoppers than the little skinny guy? I mean, why are you kicking him out? Because he's fat? Guess what? You made him fat. I don't understand it. I just don't. It makes more sense to reward your customers and to go ahead and handle their problems than to sit there and say, well, it's not my fault. If you have a problem that's your fault, you're fired. Go on somewhere else. Well, guess what? We're going to start going to other places. Sprint's going to be one of these companies that is going to end up relying on customer support. And they're not going to make it in the world. Let me tell you something. You think there's these corporations that think that they're invincible. There's corporations that think, look at Nike. Nike makes their shoes in Indonesia. Indonesia. Really. I buy Nike products all the time. Are you going to tell me that you're not going to come over here to the United States and open up a company and give me a job making shoes You're sitting there saying that I don't like to make shoes, that most Americans wouldn't like to make shoes. A job is a job. Let me tell you something. You come over here to America and you start offering us jobs, we're going to take it. Because one way or another, we're jobless. Why don't you quit letting these third world countries have all the jobs and America gets kicked out on their ass? Look at the unemployment rate in America. It's a good 75% of all Americans are unemployed. Well, guess what? One factory shuts down, then another factory shuts down, another factory shuts down. Why? Because they're moving to third world countries. That's why people are sitting on their fat ass eating a bag of potato chips, sitting in front of the TV and watching Bill O'Reilly on the O'Reilly Factor at 2:30 in the morning. Because why? Because they're fucking unemployed. Why are they unemployed? Because there's no jobs to go around. Why is there no jobs to go around? Because factories are in third world countries. That's why. And you're taking away our factories, closing them down, and then you people are taking over us. And I'm getting sick and tired of it. And let me just say one more thing about Sprint. Sprint, a mega corporation. Let me tell you something. Hostile takeovers happen every day, my friend. Every day. Do you hear me? Every freaking day. So yes, am I going off the subject a little bit? Yes, of course I'm going off the subject. Why? Because that's what I do. And if you don't learn that by now, you're never going to learn that. I mean, hell, do I stick to one subject and stay with it? No. I was done talking about Sprint like 10 minutes ago. But you kept watching this video. So, my point exactly. So why does that happen? Well, can you answer me that? Mrs. Queen of Rot? Mrs. Sprint Lover? Can you answer me that? How many Americans does Sprint employ every year? Why? Do you want to know why not? Because Sprint's not even an American corporation. That's why not. Now I'm going to make another video here in a few minutes about companies. It has nothing to do with Sprint. I'm going to make another video about American corporations. Thank you.